Who's ready to go spelunking? We're going down to Vault 22, so I brought Eddie and Arcade, and we're gonna grab a side quest for Vault 22. Ooh. Just admiring the empty desk.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Thomas Hildern, Director of Operations, OSI East. I presume you're here about Vault 22?
Yes.
Wonderful. Straight to it then. Have you signed the release forms? No? Doesn't matter. We'll keep that to ourselves. Vault 22. Where to begin?
I'm listening.
Imagine, if you will, the wasteland in bloom. Vast fields of corn that grow from seeds and produce their bounty in the space of a month. Orchards of trees, their branches weighed halfway to the ground, hung with fat, ripe oranges, a harvest that could feed a city or a nation. And all this, requiring no more than a few drops of precious water, and the efforts of only a handful of human farmers. Impossible?
Well, nothing's impossible.
Precisely. Science has proven that truth 1,000 times over. But how many wasteland savages believe it? Present company accepted, of course. The bounty I describe to you is no idle fantasy. It exists in primitive form only a few miles from where we stand. We need only reach out and unlock its secret. For that, the OSI needs you. Good. I thought I sensed the kindred soul in you, beneath the wasteland veneer. I believe that the inhabitants of Vault 22 unlock the secrets of vegetative growth. Plants are spilling from their gate. No one tends them. No one waters them. Yet they multiply and spread in all directions. Find the reason for this miraculous growth, and I promise you the OSI will see that you are generously compensated.
Alright, I'll do it.
Good. No need to check in with the NCR authorities. I can authorize your payment from OSI accounts. Vaults typically contain a server room on a lower level, where they would have backed up their research data. A computer room, you understand? Download all the information on the central server to your Pip-Boy, and you'll be certain to bring me any notes or samples that you find, won't you?
Anything else?
I thought it was a fairly straightforward assignment. It's a simple question of retrieving the data, which shouldn't prove overly challenging. Downloading the data will be handled by your Pip-Boy. You might think of yourself as a mere means of conveyance. No insult intended, of course.
It's all good. I know I'm a carrier. Some other questions?
Oh? What might those be?
Tell me more about the OSI.
The Office of Science and Industry. It's a rather expansive topic. I could talk for hours, but I'm sure I'd bore you. Suffice to say, we are the leading edge of the NCR. Our work focuses on practical matters: medicine, engineering, biology. The dam, for instance. OSI routes its energy supply to our cities in the West. That's only one responsibility of this office.
And you're the director?
Director of the entire OSI? Me? If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to plant seditious ideas in my head. No. I direct our eastern operations. I've been responsible for squeezing unprecedented levels of power from the dam. I'm also confronting the problem of food production in what little spare time I have. But I've found some promising leads.
You're doing all these things yourself?
Yes, with the assistance of my team, of course.
And the NCR has a food shortage?
Not yet. But our government understands the value of proactive thought. Our studies project an imbalance between production and consumption. Or, for a layman such as yourself, not enough food, too many mouths to feed. Mass starvation in a decade or so.
Any other responsibilities for this office?
We aid some programs the Republic has sponsored involving sharecropper farms in the area. But those haven't panned out too well from what I hear. There have been complaints about the amount of water we're supplying. But those are just excuses for lack of diligence, I'm sure.
What do you think of your chances against the Legion?
To be frank, I have no idea. I leave the fighting to Colonel Shu, and I expect him to leave the science to me. Too many people have opinions on things they know nothing about. And the more ignorant they are, the more opinions they have.
Alright.
Yes. Goodbye.
Got any loot?
Hildern is a good example of big-picture obsession gone too far. At some point, he became so fixated on large-scale results that he lost the concept of the common good along the way. It's an inhumane kind of public service when people and the basic resources they need become numbers in a ledger.
Good thing there's still people like you around.
Kind of you to say, but there are better people than me around here. I just hope the followers can make a difference in the long run.
Ah, you don't have anything.
Did Dr. Hildern... This really isn't any of my business, but did he give you a job?
You're right. It's none of your business. Yeah, he asked me to get some data from Vault 22.
I shouldn't say anything. I know that. But you're not the first person Hildern sent out to the vault. There were a lot of mercs, one after another. None of them came back. Then about a week ago, there was a scientist, Keeley. She's unusual. Not the sort of person you'd expect, but she's an absolute genius, and he didn't mention her? Not even her name? Or any of the other mercs?
Maybe we have to have another talk.
No, wait. I don't mean to see any harm come to Dr. Hildern. Unless by talk, you just mean talk. Listen, I make a fair wage, but I'm not rich. Not by any means. Maybe my kind of money wouldn't appeal to your average merc. But I'm willing to pay you if you'll find Keeley and make sure she's safe. Isn't right leaving her out there. No idea if she's alive or dead.
Alright, I'll look for her.
I had a good feeling about you. Moment you walked in. I mean it.
Some questions?
Of course. Anything.
Anything about Keeley?
Keeley's brilliant. An absolute genius. She plays at being mean, but it's all a front. When you've lived as long as she has, you get defensive around new people. Who wants to make a friend when you know you'll outlive them?
How old is she?
I couldn't get her to say, but she talked about the war. The Great War, when the bombs fell, like she'd been there. So, I'm guessing pretty old. 200 years? Maybe more.
They didn't get along?
Like a Brahmin and a Deathclaw, though I'm not sure which would be which. Bad analogy, maybe. They're both Deathclaws in their way. Keeley hates Hildern. She says he's more politician than scientist, and gets in the way of true discovery. And Hildern hates Keeley because... well, because every time they meet, she makes him look like an ass. In front of important people, usually.
I heard the food around here is pretty bad.
It's foul, to tell the truth. Most people try to get what they can from the outside, even if it's just a smuggled candy bar now and then. Contreras is a genius. He can find almost anything you'd want. Takes caps to get him motivated, though. He won't do a thing for free.
Yep.
Right. Stay safe.
You want to tell me about these other mercs you sent?
Yes? Something else you needed?
Not the first person you sent to 22, am I?
I never said you were. You've been speaking to Williams, haven't you?
Nope.
All right, I'll take you at your word. Williams didn't say anything at all. You just came to this conclusion on your own. No, you aren't the first person I've sent to the vault. I'm sorry that I neglected to tell you, but I don't see how it makes any difference.
How many others have you sent?
I'd have to consult my records. 8? 10? Your point is what?
Doesn't trouble you that you sent 8 to 10 people to their deaths?
I have no evidence that they're dead. 1,000 things could have happened between here and the vault. They could have changed their minds and walked away. I wouldn't be much of a scientist if I leapt to conclusions without proof.
I want double the caps or I spread the word that you're full of shit.
All right. I'll admit that it's been difficult to find anyone willing to enter the vault. And I'd rather get the data sooner than later. You have a deal. I'll double your reward if you bring me the data. But this is as high as my budget will allow. Now, I know your time is valuable, so I won't waste any more of it. Feel free to show yourself out.
Mm-hmm. And we just got double the caps off that sucker. Alright, so we've got 3 goals at play here. One is to get the parts that the Brotherhood of Steel asked for. 2, find Keeley and the data. And 3 is to collect giant mantis eggs. So, yeah. I gave Arcade a plasma caster. I was going to fight enemies over at Dry Wells and the Long 15. Fucking NCR guys at Long 15 have like a bunch of heavy weapons. I was like, fuck it, you can handle that. Alright, fast moving enemies, I'm guessing it's more Cazadors.
I'm glad that's over with.
There we go. So I removed wired synapses so that I could get a
Looks like break time's
intelligence
over.
boost. That way, next time I level up, we can get the tin head thing. I'll put it back in afterwards.
I guess that could have gone worse.
Alright.
What a shame. What a shame.
Ooh, we should take a picture of this. Nice. Enter vault.
I'm no botanist, but I think this may not be entirely natural.
Yeah? Bet you Monsanto's behind this. Isn't there like a journal thing? I've established a temporary camp inside the entrance of the vault. Power inside is minimal, but still running, and I've managed to hack into one of their security terminals. The logs show that several people have entered the vault over the past few months, but none have left. It's getting late, so I'll resume the expedition in the morning. Keeley out. The growth in the interior matches the exterior to a T. It's a little surprising given the scarcity of sunlight in the entrance room, but even more surprising is that they seem to originate from further below. Maybe that fool Hildern was onto something after all. Since my Pip-Boy is on the fritz, I'll try to keep a running log of my discoveries in whatever computers I can find and collate the data before leaving. Alright. Elevator. So, just a heads up, if you can repair the elevator, Vault 22 becomes like 50% easier. Alright, so let's put on... just go down to the bottom. Spore carrier here.
Looks like break time's over. I could use a doctor's bag if you have any handy.
Ooh, Mantis Egg.
Here we go.
Damn it. Oops. Well, it does not appear that the part we're looking for is on here, but the Mantis Egg should be. Where is it? Hey, you must be Keeley.
Took your sweet time. I suppose the NCR sent you?
Angela Williams asked me to come find you.
She's such a dear. Not like that pompous little pedant she works for. But that's neither here nor there. These plants have gotten completely out of control. I've got a plan to deal with them, but I'll need your help.
Of course. Glad to help.
Good. Meet me on the second level, and I'll explain what needs to be done.
Alright. Give me a sec. I'm looking for eggs. down here or they're in like a tunnel. Alright, so that's where we came in from. And then this leads up. Okay. Is there another tunnel? Terminal. Download research data. Okay. Alright, I think this level is cleared.
What's this? Did you do these repairs? Not bad. Not bad at all. Saves me time, I guess. See you upstairs.
Yeah, no problem. Food production. I guess that's where we need to go. Requires key. What do we have here? Oxygen recycling. Alright, hold on. That's a dead end. What about? Nice. Alright, we got all of our mantis eggs. What's up here? Did we... Okay. So we can't go in that way yet. Tales of a Junktown jerky vendor. I'll take that. Barter. Alright, now one of these staircases I know has a unique weapon on it. Hey, look at that. Oh, I want to pick up the laser. The ER-14 prototype. What do you guys... Is there something over here? Fuck it. Alright, 4th level commons. production. He looks like a baby one. Eddie, I would like you to get out of the way. Or I will fucking knock you unconscious. Don't forget, I have these. I'm not afraid to use them if I have to. Unlock crew quarters. Is that the door downstairs? Unlock cavern access. Override engaged at door site. Unlock data backup door? Okay. Nice. We got suits we can give to Sarah.
I guess that could have gone worse.
Cave keycard. Eddie, seriously. Follow distance. Far. We completed some sort of GRA quest or challenge. Terminal. Ticket 1, strange noises. Problem, noises in vents. Action, send a team to inspect. Result, source of problem not detected. Gas leak. Reports of a possible gas leak. Several people have complained of coughing fits and other respiratory systems. Complete diagnostic of air circulation system. Discovered minor discrepancies in the mass of the air being pumped through the vault, but no harmful gases were detected. Also, a strange residue was detected on the air filters, which have been forwarded for identification. Swapped out the filters just in case. Good call. The very existence of flamethrowers proves that at some point some person said to himself, gee, I sure would like to set those people on fire over there, but I'm way too far away to get the job done. If only I had something that would throw a flame on them. Clinic. Case 162. Patient Peters Harrison T. Condition: Dr. Peters is suffering from a severe case of pneumonia, the result of spread of some sort of microorganism in his lungs. I've applied the usual treatment and requested he refrain from working and stop by twice a day for observation. 164. Group. Patients Mitchell, Pam, Cordella, Michael, Horton, Samwise, Fujimoto, Naoki, Derrida, Kenneth. Update: this entire group showed up throughout the course of the day, displaying the same symptoms. They're remarkably similar to Dr. Peters' condition when he first came in a week ago. I hope we don't have a contagion on our hands. 162. Update: Dr. Peters isn't responding to the treatment, or more accurately, his body is actively rejecting the treatment. His condition has worsened, and I'm on the cusp of ordering exploratory surgery. 173. Bailey, Elizabeth, Bailey, Marcia, Garfield, Hayes, Amy, Herman, Jenkins, Veronica, Keys, James, Kirkpatrick, Robert, Lowry, Amanda, Orlando, Donald, Pamino, whatever the fuck. Update: another group with the chills, a fever, and a terrible rack and cough. I'm recommending that they be separated from the general populace. Update: Dr. Peters is dead. His vitals flatlined 10 minutes before he entered surgery. I decided to perform an autopsy immediately and discovered his lungs were filled with some sort of fungal infection. Strangely, the fungus still shows evidence of growth despite the death of its host. I mean, that seems natural for a fungus. I'll consult with one of the mycologists on the 5th level to see if they can identify it. I don't really know how to describe what just happened. 1 minute I was closing up for the day, and the next Dr. Peters' corpse sat up and attacked me. It was able to flee the office and seal him. I was able to flee the office and seal it inside until security arrived. But what the hell is going on? If all the recent illnesses are the same thing... Uh-oh. Well... sounds like big trouble in Little Vault Town. We'll be back.